Dear Heavenly Father, as we come together today, I just lift everything up to you to guide me, to give me the wisdom to do what you want me to do. And I just pray that they learn something from the training that I have lined up. And they take notes and they apply what they learn. Lord, open their ears, eyes, hearts, mind, put healing over their bodies, healing over their families, healing over their finances. Let them be your vessel, Lord, to do your work. And let them learn what you want them to learn, and let them take the tips that you want them to hear tonight in this training, um, and apply them. Help them apply them. Give them wisdom to do the work that you want them to do, Lord. I just pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so tonight we got a couple things. I am going to actually, because I'm a director and I have a Bible study, we do tool time, which are tips, tool time tips. And this last week we had Julia Giannasi, which has been in the court of sales, top 20 in the court of sales, or top 3 in the court of sales for the last 3 years. She's been in the top 20 for the last 20 years, but in the top 3 the last 3 years. She wants to be the queen this year in the diamond division. That's her goal, to be the queen of sales. And so she's going to share with us some tips on sales, some tips that she does on sales and how she has gotten into the top 3 at the court of sales. Now, mind you, the court of sales, it got increased to 45,000 this year. However, when you're at the top 3 or the top 10, I'm going to say the top 3 or the queen, you're actually selling $120,000, $130,000, $140,000 a year. So what does it take to sell that much? What does it take to sell that much? And so I'm going to share her training from our tool time that we had this last week. It was amazing. I'm not sharing her whole thing because she did share on how to use Chat GPT, but that's neither here nor there for you. Today, we're talking about the 6 things that how she prepares for the court of sales. How does she treat her customers? This top 6 tips on what she does to be in the top 3 in the court of sales. Now, I don't know about you, but I would love to sell more. And so that would be great. I would love to sell more. So anyway, let me go ahead and share my screen. And if you're on Facebook, comment #live, #replay. I would love to know if you're live or if you're watching the recording, either way. And if you have any questions during this, take notes. Take notes, write it down, because this video will only be up for 30 days. And so then Facebook takes it down. And if you have questions about something that she said, make sure to write that down as well and put it in the comments section, or send it to me and let me know what your question is on how to achieve this. But let me go ahead and get started because I'm sharing my screen.
I'm excited to share with you 2 things. My group has been asking me, share with us top 3 tips for sales. So I wanted to do that here with you all today. And then also I have really enjoyed the Chat GPT abilities. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of that too. So I first want to give glory to God, because He has equipped me with all the things that I've been doing and putting people in my path. So I really feel very blessed through this business and through just my experience. So it is so fun. So I pray today that what I share with you can help encourage you and inspire you, and you can use some of the tips or tools that we're talking about today. So I think that stories make a big difference in especially how you connect with your customers or your team members, or even future customers and future team members. So it helps them understand your why and your passion. So I just want to share with you a couple stories so you can kind of know like where I'm coming from. Because before I started Mary Kay, I I liked good products. So when I was in high school, I didn't have a whole lot of money, as you can imagine, but I went to the department store to get a good quality brand and to find the right foundation. And I found this girl, she was really nice. Like she kind of matched me. She knew all of my stuff. And so when I went back to go get more, she was gone. She left. I thought she was my friend. How dare her leave and not tell me? So I think that part really shaped why I love my business. I'm not going anywhere. I told my customers, even in the first year of my business, like, you can call me. I'll be 95 still selling you Mary Kay. Like, I want to make sure that you have a connection with me. And I also think it's because I love being part of a community. Because when I was in high school, I loved hanging out with my friends and being part of that group. And then when we graduated, I was so sad. Same for college. My little core group, it wasn't a core group anymore. And in our Mary Kay world, it gets to be a core group. I get to choose, like, I get to be part of this group forever. So I love my Mary Kay sister, girlfriends, like my team. I love them. I love my customers. I love all of you guys. Now I'm part of the Makeup and Ministries group. So I feel like community is a huge thing for me. And I think that plays a big role in why I love my business. So I think that your story makes a big difference too. So why you love your business is going to impact why you're so successful. So I think those two pieces really have helped shape my journey in my business because I want to include everybody in the joy and the love and the feeling of community. Like when you become my customer, you're part of my world. Like I'm not letting you go unless you leave and don't talk to me anymore, right? So I just love being able to help women. So, your story definitely matters because I think when you pair your story with your strategy, that can make you unstoppable. So, I'm going to challenge you to write down why your customers love working with you and Mary Kay. If you haven't done that already, this is definitely an exercise that I've done over the years, and I feel like I kind of got it in my brain, but it doesn't hurt to do it again, right? So if you want to type in the chat why your customers love working with you, go right ahead. But I want to share with you a couple things on my brain. And this is what I teach my consultants because I think it's a lot about how you think about your business. So here's what I wrote down. So I have products on hand. I'm friendly. I have a positive mindset. I love encouraging others. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be in Mary Kay forever. I can recommend products based on her needs. Mary Kay supports the environment, cancer research, ending domestic violence. You get to support a small business when you work with me. You're helping me earn a prize. Don't you have customers that they're like, "Oh, I helped you earn that." They love being part of that. They love the product. They love getting great deals. They love free shipping with their orders of 20 or more. They love that I get to keep them beautiful. I'm honest. I have a 100% guarantee. Some of my customers love my kids, so they love me for that reason. Friendships, I keep them up to date on the new trends, and they can earn free products. So those are just a couple things why my customers love me and choose me and Mary Kay. So make your own list or borrow some from mine because I know there's lots of reasons why your customers love you as well. So I want to share with you 6 main points of building a successful selling business. I think these 6 pieces really helped me shape my business. And then I also teach these to consultants anytime I share a presentation on selling. So number one, knowing your products. And some of these you're going to be like, "Oh, Julie, I already know that." But I'm still going to just share it because I feel like sometimes we think, "Oh, it's so obvious," but maybe not. So number one, knowing your products. You are the expert. You're using your Mary Kay products head to toe. You know the facts about the products, and you can easily address your customers' needs. When they say, "I have this issue," you can think, "Oh, okay, these are the products I know are going to work for you," because you have the product knowledge and you also have the product confidence. And I believe confidence comes from seeing the people. So I see a lot of faces. That's how I sell so much because I see a lot of people. So when I'm working with somebody, I can say, "Oh, this is working for her. This is working for her. This is what my customer found." So I get to use that experience alongside the product facts and how to use it. Um, and of course, you're going to keep all your products looking good, right? So like when you go to a party, I do bring full-size products. I bring a lot of products. I try to think about what kind of party I'm having because, just like we teach our consultants, I don't want to overwhelm them with too many choices, right? So like if I'm going to a skincare party, I'm not going to bring all the all the eyeshadows or cheek colors, although maybe I do actually put them in my bag in case at the end somebody says, to get an eyeshadow too. Then I pop them out, but I don't pull them out in front of them in the table because I feel like it can be overwhelming. But I do have a lot of products. I also try to make sure not to overwhelm them. If I'm doing a skincare class for brand new customers, I might pull the clinical solution serums out, but I find like that for me is a little overwhelming if somebody's saying, I barely wash my face at night. So I just want them to start on a skincare routine. Like, let's get them on the miracle set or the repair set first, and then I'll pop those goodies in if they're interested. So I just have to like listen to my customer and their needs and know what to pull out. And I think that comes from experience and just watching like, gosh, that felt overwhelming for me. Then if you know if it was overwhelming for you, it's overwhelming for your customer too. Um, I'm using full-size products, of course, at my appointments, and I love using full-size products whenever I am doing like, packing the reorder bags or like mailing out products. So recently, I have my assistant help me with this. So I've been giving these two as gifts. Now, not full-size products. I am squirting them into these little Polycon goodie things, like they're from Amazon, and my assistant or my daughter will write targeted toning lotion, and then I just put a little card a little bit about it. Or we have the apple and almond. I found these in different colored lids. So I have this, and then I have the berry and vanilla. I did the lavender and coconut. I sold a lot of lavender and coconut. I hardly ever sell this stuff. That's why I put it in the samples, because I'm not selling a lot of body care. I don't bring the body care to my parties. This is kind of heavy, and I feel like I would rather sell skincare than body care. So, like think about what are things that you could give as a gift and a little sample, and you get retail credit. When I pump when my assistant pumps this out, I know that I'm getting retail credit on a product, and it's building up my retail numbers. So, and of course, you're keeping a full store, whether you do CDS or you ship from your home. I find having a full store for my in-person people, oh my gosh, it saves me so much time and effort. It makes me want to sell more. It makes me want to have more parties, because when I had a party on Sunday, I sold almost $1,000, and I had every single thing but one, and it was at my house because I just didn't pack my trunk right. Okay, so yeah, they're called, these are Polycon. You can look up like round Polycon. I think this is a 5 milliliter container. So you can find it on Amazon. It's really easy. You could just type in little makeup thing or something like that, and Polycon is what it's called.
Okay,
So
sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt.
yes,
The
yes,
other thing that you had that you put it in,
yeah.
not the Polycon thing, the, the flat thing.
Oh, this
That.
is just a card. I don't
Oh, you
even know
taped
where
it
I
on the
found
card.
that.
Okay.
It's literally
Okay.
just a piece of, cardstock, and I printed it all out and cut it. So it just explains the product. So
Got it.
it's literally
Thank you.
taped. It is so, what do you say, like ghetto? I don't know. It's just a piece of tape. So don't overthink it, right? Like don't overthink it. Your customers, they know you're a real person, and it doesn't have to look factory setting. It makes you set apart that you're like, okay, I really care about you, and I'm putting this in there. And also in my reorder bags, and in my oh, there's my assistant Beth give a wave.
Hi.
She's so awesome. So she's working in my office. In the reorder bags, I like to put a little candy. Now I love lifesaver mints. They're so easy, like those little circle lifesaver mints. I get them in a huge bag, and I just put one of those, and some of my customers like, I love those mints. So I put that in there, and then I also put in the oh yeah, here's the lifesaver mints, in case you're like, I have no idea what she's talking about. There you go. I also put a thank you card in there, and this thank you card, I was going to talk about this later, but I might as well now. I have a link for you. I made these in Canva, and it just says, thank you for being part of my business. Here's some of my family. That's a link to my website, and then the client benefits. So it's really, and I printed out 1,000 of these. I have a girlfriend who prints them really well, not really inexpensively, but they're really good quality, and it's a reasonable price. So I print out 1,000 cards because there's nothing on here that says 2023 or 2025. This one I printed out last year, and I still have maybe like 500. I don't know. I probably go through 1,000 in a year. So once I'm running low, I update the pictures, and maybe I'll change the color a little bit and then make a new one. So it's really easy to have this. And I use these as like when somebody says, oh, do you have a business card? I like to give them this because, man, this gives you more information, and it shows you that I'm a real person versus an actual business card. And I know it's bigger than a business card, but I like having that as like a little option. So, yes. So I have a link for you in Canva that we're going to post in the files afterwards that you can actually just use the link and make your own version if you want to. So, that'll be a good reference for you. Okay. So back to our list. So number one was the products. Okay. So number two to help you with selling is your appearance. Obviously, right? I mean, this is one is a check mark because I see you girls every Tuesday morning, and I know some of you are just getting done working out, but I know when you come on screen, it usually you're like, yeah, I look so cute. So we look cute, right? So we already know that, but I'm going to remind you that the social cues are really important because people say I'm so smiley. That's on purpose. Like I know when I meet somebody, like I want them to send me um, kind of like what do you say? Like little cues, little just kind of like things that you're like, okay, I noticed that she's looking at me nicely, or she has like a smile on her face. But most people, maybe half, have sort of a RBF, kind of like their mouth turns down naturally, their eyes turn down naturally. It's a resting bothered face. I learned that from Vanessa Van Edwards, if you've studied her at all. So the social cues. So if you have that, it's no problem because friends, we love you already. I mean, who cares if that's your face? Because we know it's your face. But new people, they don't know it's your face. So work on smiling with your eyes and smiling. If you smile with your mouth and you don't smile with your eyes, then we can tell it's fake. So smile with your eyes. That's going to be so helpful. So work on the smile, especially when you're meeting new people. They'll be more warm and open and friendly. And watch your cues, like even when you're standing and talking to people. If you're crossing your arms, that's putting a barrier between you and that person. Even having your phone on the table is a barrier between you and that person. So just really being open to how am I coming across to somebody, and are you leaning into their conversation or are you looking away? Are you like, kind of bored, right? So you are attentive and excited and happy to be with them. So that's number two, appearance. Number three, your thoughts. Oh my goodness, thoughts, thoughts, thoughts. Have worked on this for 27 years in my business because what are you filling your mind with? You want to reframe unhelpful thoughts because when I started Mary Kay, I was nervous to call my customers back after I met with them because I thought they would return products. I know you're thinking, what is wrong with you, Julie? I didn't want to call people because I was nervous they would say, I don't like this. I need to return it. And I didn't want to hear that because, that happened like maybe once or twice, but like I was nervous that would go on. So I had to work on that reframing that when I talk to my customers, they want to hear from me. They love to hear from me. So I have now successfully, obviously, reframed that piece in my brain. Um, and I also had the thought, here's another one that I had to reframe. Especially when I had little kids at home, I would be home with them during the day and then I would go work my business at night. And my family would schedule random the fun activities like get together like in 2 days and I already had an appointment scheduled and so then they would try to make me feel, I don't know if they purposely made me feel guilty or I just chose to feel guilty, right? Because we're in charge of our own feelings. And so I just felt bad. Like, well, I'm sorry, I can't make it. Like I had this appointment scheduled. I'm not going to cancel my appointment to go like sit at your house and chat, right? So I worked on that my life doesn't have to look like everybody else's. So my life doesn't have to look like everybody else's. So I really worked on my empowering thoughts. So these are some of my empowering thoughts. So here we go. Of course, they want to work together with me and be my friend. Of course, they'll love everything I book. They'll love everything, all the products, and they'll book a second appointment. Of course, they're going to want to hear about our amazing Mary Kay opportunity. Of course, my clients want to hear from me. They want reminders about special deals, and they want to be invited to events. Of course, they want to help me reach my goals. And I would not have a successful business without each of my clients. So I worked really hard on my thoughts because your thoughts help shape your success and obviously your sales. Okay, number 4, customer relationships. This one is big too, right? Customer relationships. You're going to record her name, her kids, her husband, pets, any like fun things you talk to her about. So I try to record that into my Google Contacts. That's where I store my stuff. You can put your stuff wherever is you're going to look at it, but that's where I put information about her. I also try to remember where I met her at. So if I met her at somebody's party, I write down the date, met her at so and so's party. So I put the actual name, first name and last name, so then I can remember. Because you think, oh, I'll remember that. Ugh, I don't always remember that. Okay. And if you even had a picture, that would be even better. But I have not gotten that far to coordinate the picture with the Google contact. But you really want to create that memory for you so you can stay in touch with her. And then when you're working with your customers, this is to me part of your customer relationship at your appointment, you are going to make sure that she knows like you want her to get the best deal, right? Like that, I am a deal shopper because are you guys deal shoppers? I love being deal shoppers. So I use a set sheet. Now, I don't care what set sheet you use, and I wouldn't say this one is my favorite, but it's not mine. And I really need to make my own, to be honest with you, because I want it to be a little different, but I'm just working from this one because it helps me. So I work from a set sheet. And so when I'm going over the sets, I'm sharing with her each of the sets we did today. And then I share with her that, I do different payment methods. So I have card, check, Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, creative financing. If you want to do a little bit of card, a little bit of check, a little bit of cash, however you need to do it. Um, and I want to make sure you get to take home what you really love. And so and if I'm at a party, this is what I say right after that. I literally say that part about the payment. And I want to make sure you get to take home what you like today, because I do have pretty much everything here, either in my office or in my car. And if I don't, I'll pop it in the mail to you. And then I'm going to just chat with you each individually and find out what you really like today, and we'll make your wish list. So I love that transition of I'm going to, find out what you really loved and we'll make your wish list versus I'm going to sit with you and find out what you want to buy today. I don't know. It's just a sales thing, right? I feel like I'm helping them. I'm making their wish list. I'm finding out what they really loved because they're probably going to buy it somewhere else if they're not going to buy it from you. So I just had to be okay with the idea of, okay, I'm going to give them all these options and then it's up to them to make that choice. So when they sit with me at the closing, either at the party or in my home, I am saying their name because their name, it's the sweetest sound you'll ever hear, right? Your name. So you're going to say their name. Did you have fun today? Oh, good. Well, I'm so excited. You know your situation better than I do. I don't know if it made more sense. And I'm looking at the closing sheet. I don't know if it made more sense for you to go with some of the sets or you're thinking the big set here. Whatever works for you is totally fine with me. And then I'm looking back down at the closing sheet. So we don't want to stare them in the eyeballs the whole time because that is very confrontational. So you're looking down at the closing sheet and you're waiting for them to respond. So then they're going to tell you, oh, I really liked the foundation set. So I think I want to go with that one today. Oh, good choice. That's awesome. Okay. So then I just write it on her sales ticket. Now, I actually use a physical sales ticket when I'm at an appointment, especially with a new customer. If it's somebody who is like coming back over, like a current customer, and she's in my system, then I'll just type it in. I use QT Office just because I like being able to run bigger reports and do fancier things with my customers. And when Mary Kay started their online system, I already had like 2,000 customers in there. And it was just overwhelming to me to like try to use their system and incorporate that. So I still use an outside system to track my sales. So if I was with a current customer, I sometimes type it into my computer and just print out the receipt. But if I'm with a new customer, I get a little extra nervous. I don't know if you girls do, but I'm like, okay, I want to make sure I do it right. And I don't know, finding stuff on the computer makes me a little flustered. So I like to just write it down on a piece of paper. Plus, when I write it, I can write down wish list at the bottom and then start randomly listing things at an angle or weirdness or whatever. Like I can draw arrows, I can cross things out. So when she tells me foundation set, then I say, great. I write it down. I usually don't even write the price because I want it to just be a list, right? So I'm making the list. Then I'm saying, okay, great. So what did you think of the time I set? I'm so curious. Tell me what you thought of that. Okay, here's where I'm asking questions to see maybe she wants to get that. So then she's telling me, oh, I really liked it. Like at my last party, a girl said, I know, but I don't, I really want that. I'm going to put that on my wish list. I don't think I can get that today. And I said, oh, well, we can definitely do creative financing for you if that would be helpful. I don't mind if we space out the total. And she's like, oh, really? So she ended up getting the Time Wise repair set instead of this and another set, because I would much rather her start on skincare than the foundation, right? Because she's going to come back to me saying like, my face feels amazing, I'm really loving the product, versus like, yeah, I love the foundation. I mean, how much can you love the foundation without good skin? So we did the Time Wise set. So anyways, you're asking her, what'd you think of that? Most of the time they'll give me some other, issue, or like, I just bought some other stuff, but I'd love to get that next time. Great. Well, I'll put that on your wish list to remember. So then I write down wish list and I put Time Wise repair. And then I say, and then what else should we put? Anything else that you really loved? So I just asked that, anything else you really loved? Because maybe she's not done with the Time Wise set. Maybe she's like, oh, I think I want to add an eye makeup remover. But she's like, no, I think I just want to get that set today. Then I say, okay, great. Well, let me just write down anything else on your wish list. Did you like the eye makeup remover? And then I'm going through products that either I noticed at the party, she was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, or products that I think she should obviously like that. Who doesn't like the eye makeup remover? Who doesn't like satin hands and satin lips? So I asked her, what do you think of satin hands and satin lips? Did you like that? And then she said, oh yeah, I don't think I'd use the hands, but I did really like the lips. Great, I'll write that down to remember. Just so you know, the satin lip set is 26 together, or 14 individually. If you just want the scrub or the lip balm, you could get those for 14. And then she's like, oh, well, add that on. Okay. I get to take it off the wish list and add it to her sales ticket. That's how you work the wish list. You're going to say, what did you think of the tinted lip balm? Did you like that one? I'll write down that color to remember, just so you know that's 20. Oh, add that on. That's how I do it. So you just ask, what did you like this? Did you like that? And then add it to your wish list. So you're just asking for the wish list. And then just so you know, that is just so and so. Now, do you notice that I am saying the number, not the dollars? You're not going to say that's just $20. That sounds a lot. If you say that's just 20, that sounds better. So you don't ever talk numbers, you don't ever talk dollars when you're talking about the price, but you can talk at the end when you say, oh, you saved $15 or you saved $20. That's great. That's exciting. But you just say the number, not the dollars. So after I, kind of go through kind of everything I don't go everything, but most things, it's like, why not? You're going to ask her, should we write that on your wish list? Should we write that on your wish list? So then we got a huge wish list. Then I'm giving her total and I'm saying, let's get together. I want to make sure you love everything that you got today. I definitely like to see you in a couple of weeks. Would you like to do like the end of this month, or would October be better? So I'm just assuming she's going to schedule a second time with me. Now, at a party, a lot of them say, well, I'll go to her party, or I'll go to her party, because during the party, I'm saying somebody here is going to want to have a second appointment, because that's helping our hostess earn an extra amount of free products today. And our hostess gets to have a half off coupon at her party. And I know, Tiffany, you're going to go to their party, right? And she's like, oh yeah, absolutely. So the person there is already thinking, okay, good. I at least have one guest coming, because Tiffany is going to show up to my party. So I at least have one person coming to my party. So that is an easy way for me to book parties from a party, because they want to help the hostess earn their half off coupon, and they're having fun, right? You're going to have fun. So, and I like doing tickets at my party. Because the more questions you can ask, the better, right? Because you don't want it to be lecture, lecture, lecture. You want it to be like, so tell me why, like, charcoal mask, we're not, oh, I always say, now we're going to put on a charcoal mask. And this one is not a peel off mask. Do you think peel off masks are good or bad in general? What do you think? And then they just say, right? So, and I tell them that there's no wrong question, there's no wrong answer. They can just guess. I'm like, I open up the party asking, tell me what you know about Mary Kay. And so you could say anything, it's fine. Even if it's not even true, it's totally fine. Just say it. So they just randomly say stuff, and then I give them a ticket. I want them to participate. I want them to be engaged. I want them to have fun. So at the end of the party, everybody's like, I had so much fun today. This was great. Thank you. So that's what you want people to do at the end of their party. And then if I am using a sales ticket, I don't always use a skincare profile card because I don't know what to do with those things, to be honest with you. I mean, I know what to do, but I'm like, just toss it in my basket. I just enter their name and then I'm done with the thing. Okay, so sometimes I don't use the profile card. But I make sure that I write down their birthday because the birthday is not on the sales ticket. So the birthday month and day, and I tell them I'm going to add you to my birthday club. And would you like to get the new catalogs in the mail? They're going to come probably about like every 3 months or so, and then they'll tell me yes or no. Because you want to ask if they don't want the catalog, don't waste your dollar. You know, if you're going to send it to them, you don't want to do that. So I ask them to if they would like that, and then I do like to schedule them for an interview. But usually I'm like, well, I'm going to see them next time and I want to kind of layer them. So I invite them to the beauty experience. We do a weekly beauty experience on Thursday with directors. So I just want them to have some more layers. So that's kind of how I work my business. And then if you do remember this, I don't always remember this. I ask them, are you on Facebook? Are you on social media? So I want to connect with them also on Facebook and social media. So your personal touches matter. So that is your customer relationship. Okay, so that was number 4. Number 5, work. So you feel like you've already been working, okay? But this is work. Okay, so numbers matter. And I really think one of the keys to my success and my continued sales is my 10 contacts a day focus. So every day I would do 10 contacts a day. This started probably probably like 10 years ago, maybe even more. I heard it from a director. She became a director making 10 contacts a day, 10 booking contacts, to be honest with you. But mine, I just do 10 contacts. So what is a contact, Julie? It is somebody texts me and says, I like an eye makeup remover. And I text her back, there's a contact. Somebody emails me. I email her back, that's a contact. Somebody calls me, I call her back, that's a contact. So any contact I make with customers, sometimes it's reactive, right? Because they're calling me. But most of the time, I don't have 10 people calling me every day. I am going to make those contacts. So I really work on making contacts. In the beginning, I would count my birthday contacts as contacts. I'm like, oh, I'm really tired today. I'm just going to make my birthday contacts. But now I have a virtual assistant that does my birthday contacts, so I don't count that. And I had been doing 10 contacts for years. So my girlfriend challenged me I think last year or the year before, and she said, Julie, how many years have you been doing that? If you want something different, you got to do some different things. So I upped it to 15. So now I make 15 contacts a day, Monday through Saturday. I do still work a little bit on Sundays, and I don't usually count those contacts, but sometimes I get not usually to 15. So I do 10 contacts. I started with 10, but as a consultant, I mean, I started with 3. So if you're not doing a number of contacts a day right now, if you're not doing that, pick a number. I don't care what your number is. So pick 5, pick 10, pick 15. Some days when I remember a season of my business where I'm like, where are all my bookings? I'm going to work on 20 contacts every day. And I did that for maybe like a week because then I got busy and then I'm like, oh, that's enough. 20 is too much. So, you know why I love doing that? Because when I do 10 contacts a day, now it's 15, I tell myself, good job, Julie. You are awesome. So proud of you. You are working your business. So it is a win because some days we don't always get that win. So I look at my 15 contacts as a win. So you can tell yourself, wow, I'm so proud of you. You are following through with what you say you're going to do. You are disciplined. You are consistent. You are creating this fabulous business. And that helped free me up from the Zoom eek periods. You know what I mean? Like where you have tons of parties and then you're like, I'm exhausted. I can't do this. So my 10 contacts a day, now 15, puts me at consistent. And let me just tell you, when I switched from 10 to 15, it was so challenging. Okay, so I'm going to just tell you, if you are not doing a consistent contacts, you are going to feel challenged. You are going to feel so annoyed that you have to do these 10 contacts. You don't have to, you get to. And you're going to be like, I don't really want to. I'm too tired. It's 9 p.m. I don't want to do it. You know what? Facebook message, you can email people, you can schedule a call. It is not that hard. I promise you to make contacts, to make 10 contacts. It can be anything, literally anything. Hey girl, just thinking of you today. Just wanted to remind you how awesome you are. Thank you so much for loving Mary Kay. It could be you have the new products. Now it's easy. We have all the new fall holiday stuff. who is not excited about the fall holiday stuff? You're going to be contacting your customers about that. I'm sure you have some sort of event or fun thing you're doing. Maybe you're working on scheduling some appointments. You'd love to have some people come over and play with the new products. Maybe you're just saying hi and happy birthday. I mean, there's so many reasons to contact people. I know you can find 10 people a day, or 5 people, or 15, however many contacts. So that is my first challenge to you, is to work your business consistently and develop that win every day, because you are awesome and you can make it happen. So I already told you about my thank you note. I love putting that thank you note. And then the other piece of work is my birthday deals. So I do 20% off in the month of their birthday and the month following, only because my birthday is in December. And in December, it is like, it's just a challenge. Every year I'm like, do I even get to celebrate my birthday? It's Christmas. I have to get Christmas for everybody. There's literally so much stuff. So I don't want to think about my birthday, but I love having a deal. So in January, oh yeah, then I'd like to spend my birthday money. Then I'd like to go do something. So I just need like a little break, right? So somebody out there is going to say the same thing. So their birthday month is busy and they would love to have a little after. So that's what I like to do in the month of your birthday and the month following. So it gives me time, especially if your birthday's, December 31st or even September 30th. Then you're like, oh, I just had my birthday. Now I'm thinking about spending my birthday coupon. Well, if it expires on the 30th, that's your birthday. Like, you don't want to be like thinking, oh, I got to spend my birthday coupon today. It's my birthday. So I'll just not worry about it. So I like to do it the month after. So I have a lot of systems set up for that. My virtual assistant schedules a birthday text on the first of the month. Happy birthday month. You have a 20% off coupon with an image of my face and 20% off coupon. Then on the birthday, she's texting them. Well, she scheduled it. So that's texting and saying happy birthday. And it has their name, obviously. And then, don't forget to use your 20% off coupon. I'd love to see you. You can always, connect with me or shop online or something. I don't even remember exactly what the birthday message says. The point is, I'm touching her on her birthday and she feels special. She's also gotten an email from me on the first of the month saying happy birthday month, inviting her to our beauty experience that is celebrating monthly birthdays. It's something I do with director friends, and we do it on Zoom, just 7 p.m. on Thursdays. So she's invited to that. And then she gets the message again Tuesday, the day before that beauty experience, just reminding you your birthday celebration is happening on Thursday and you still have your 20% off coupon. And then they get it the following month. So if my birthday is in September, in October, mid-month, she's getting a reminder if she hasn't ordered, because my assistant checks that. So if she hasn't ordered, don't forget, you still have your 20% off coupon. And then towards the end of the month, like the 25th, she's saying, last chance, don't forget, you still have your birthday coupon. Then I follow up the last week of the month. That's exciting because then I'm going through and seeing who hasn't ordered their products. And sometimes I even do it in the middle of the month. Like now it's September. If I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm ready to make some of those contacts, I can go through and see in August who hasn't used their birthday coupon. And then now I get to say, oh, you still have your 20% off coupon. Do you want to get together? I'd love to see you. So I do that strategically with people who haven't placed an order and I'd love to see them. So many reasons to follow up. And I am not the stingy person that says you cannot use it after the date, right? So let's say that their coupon expired in September, October 1st, I might text them and say, oh, I'm so sorry you didn't get a chance to use your birthday coupon. Would you like an extension? I mean, you still have some orders coming in, right? What difference does it make? Like, I don't mind an extension. So my customers now get used to the extension, but it's fine. So I love being able to do that. And then I also give 5% back at my open house. So I reward you for shopping with me. Just like Target gives you 5% back on your current purchases, mine is at my open house. So I of course track it into my my sales in QT Office. I just print out the list of what they've purchased. I run it through an Excel file that tells me 5% is what, after I've taken off any discounts that they got. So I don't give them, 5% credit if they didn't actually purchase the product. If they got it for free, they don't get 5% of that. So it's 5% of what they actually purchased. And then I have a number. And so I just tell them, you're invited, you get to use your 5% RSVP. And then I tell them the 5%. I don't put it on their card because I'm sending out maybe 250 postcards to people and I'm emailing probably 500 people. But in a year, I did look at the numbers. I have about 300 people that ordered from me last year. So it's not like I have a massive number of people, although maybe you think 300 is massive, but I probably have, I don't know, 4,000 people in my database, right? Because you're going to see those people at parties and stuff, and they're never going to talk to you again, but you hope they do. And they're on my mailing list. And then some interesting things happen if you have an email. I try to do a monthly email to my customers, which I have not been very successful because I have, as you can see, a lot of ideas, but limited amount of time and energy. Okay. So you got to decide what you're going to do. What can you delegate? So when I email out, then people are like, oh, this random Julie, I liked Mary Kay 5 years ago. Let me order this again. So sometimes you have those people that they're like, oh, they found you again because you have been staying in touch with them with the systems that you've created. So that's why you add them to an email list. That's why you add them to your In Touch so they can kind of stay in touch with you that way. Okay, so number 6, I gotta hurry because I wanted to talk with you, ChatGPT. So number 6, getting help in your office. Oh my goodness, help, help, help. So I asked my family to help me. I am not the only maid of the house, right? So my kids help with the dishes, and I mean they're not amazing at it. Let me just tell you, they are. I don't know. Anyways, we'll keep going. My husband cooks. He likes to cook. I didn't know that for 10 years. And then finally, I'm like, well, maybe you can cook something. And he actually really enjoys cooking. So now he cooks more meals than I do. He's actually a better cook than me, which is interesting. And last night, we had family dinner, and I am normally the one that says, okay, tell us something exciting that happened today. And but sometimes I say, if we're having a family meeting, I say, what's one thing you want to improve about our family? So my son led the meeting, my 14-year-old, and he did such a good job. I'm so excited. So you know what? Delegating is good, right? Delegating is good. It allows other people to create those skills. So delegate, give away some things. We do not have the towels folded exactly how you need it, as long as they're put in the closet, right? So delegate. I have an assistant who comes, you saw her 3 times a week. She does my orders, she labels products, she cleans my brushes, she does my mirrors. So that frees me up to talk to my customers because I love doing that piece, but doing the actual labor, I don't like that. So let's talk to the customers. And then I also, as you heard, have a virtual assistant. So the more you let go, the more time you have with people. So in summary, number 1, knowing your products. Number 2, professional appearance. Number 3, believing in yourself and your thoughts. Number 4, customer relationships. Number 5, consistently working. And number 6, getting help in your home and office. So that is my summary of sales tips for you. But I have to share with you ChatGPT because I recently found.
Okay, so I'd like some takeaways. You can put it in the comments section. But was that helpful at all? I mean, I always tell you guys, uh, about what I do, but this is somebody else's opinion on what they do. So you could see, here I'm trying to get out of that. There we go. I was trying to get out of that video. But you can see she has 4,000 people in her database. QT office. I haven't heard of them in a long time. Don't know how to reach out to them. I could probably find some way to contact them if you want to get prices on that, having help. But I know that I use Boulevard, and I've used Boulevard for many, many years, since 2005, I know. So 20 years I've used Boulevard. And I looked up, when I heard her tell the other day how many people are in her database, I looked up mine because I've listened to this video for 3 times. And so I looked up mine. I think I have 5,000 in my Boulevard. I had to look up the total. I have about 5,000 people in my database that I have facialed. And at one point in time, I either facial them. Usually if I facial them and they never buy from me, then I don't even put them in. But maybe at one point in time I did, but I have 5,000 people in there. Not all in my active customers. Probably 3,000 are in my, just my contacts. And probably 2,000 are in my active, I don't know, my database that buy. Some of them, they don't get books. They're not in there to get my PCP list. They may just buy randomly here and there. I might not have an address for them, or they call me, I don't call them. But the whole point is you do the work, have some way to track the customers. She said she doesn't use profile cards. I do, because I like the profile cards I'm using, because I use the QR codes, and they're up in the files in our Facebook group. They're up in the files. I've emailed out the file, but I use it because of that. And I make notes on the back of the products that they use and the products they like, and the products that they use. Like this one likes the mask and the mattifying gel moisturizer. But also sometimes I ask them what they're currently using on their face, and I write that on the back as well, especially if they don't buy the skincare. They don't buy the skincare, what are they currently using that they like? You know what I mean? It could be CeraVe, could be La Rouge, Rose, Pose, or I don't know. La Roche, Pose. I don't know. It's one that's out there, but or CeraVe. I hear CeraVe a lot. So I use profile cards. And then after I input them in my computer and input them in my PCP list, they will eventually get filed away or shredded, because I've been working on trying to scan the profile cards into a system. So I go paperless on a flash drive, a flash drive. I have a flash drive. They get scanned too. And then I will shred them. But that way I can always pull up the profile card and look back. But if they bought anything from me, or if I've seen them, it's in most of the time, I know for sure if they bought anything, they're in my Boulevard software program. And I can go in there and hunt them down, look for their name, and see exactly what they bought and when they bought it. So keep track. I'm just saying, keep track. And just file your profile cards. Fill it out and file them. You can get a plastic tub, a little plastic thing like to put shoes in or something, and just file them in there alphabetically until you find some other way to keep track. Don't just throw them in a pile. Keep them nice and neat together. She just says she threw hers wherever, but don't do that. Keep them in a stack. Otherwise, when they call you back, say in the following year, they want something, and you're going like, well, I don't know where they are. I don't keep track on QT Office. I don't keep track in a spreadsheet. I don't keep track in nothing. How am I going to find them? You got to look for the profile card. So that's what I'm going to tell you. But anyway, so I'm curious to see what you took away. You can put it in the comment section on Facebook, of what your takeaways were, what you're going to implement. I'm curious to see what you're going to implement, maybe what you're going to try. The 10 contacts a day. I try to do that. I try to reach out to 10 to 15 people a day. I'm really, since the book got mailed out, I'm trying to reach out. I think I have 8 pages left of people to contact out of my PCP. And I'm going to be working on that in the next couple of days, because you know what? The books went out. However, what I found is when I was texting people yesterday, and I've been texting them, not calling them because I keep losing my voice. But some of them say they just got their book yesterday. So it got mailed out like on the 7th. However, it's not there by the 15th. So it does take a few weeks to get to them. And anyway, so I have people who they have not got their book yet and they want a book. I said, give me till this weekend. If you don't get a book, let me know. I'll get you another book. So there you go. I don't rush to put another book in the mail. Sometimes the mail, if they get torn or anything, then the post office will throw them away. If they get torn in the mail, they'll get thrown away. But Mary Kay's really good about making it to where they're, on the sides, they have it, well, at least 3 sides. I don't think they do it here. They got 1 down here and 2 here to make them not open up when they run through the mail. Now, I mailed out some books with samples in there, and I taped them like right here, right here, and right here. And one of them came back to me because I had the wrong address on there, and it was sort of tore open a little bit. And I looked to see if they took the samples out because they ran it through the machine and it smashed it. It smashes the samples, it smashes everything. So, but you know, I took it and dropped it off anyway. So anyway, that's it. Okay, so the other thing is, anybody have any questions on that? That part? Now remember, she's in the top 3 of the quarter sales. So how does she sell that much product? Well, she just told you how she sells that much product. It's follow up, follow up, follow up. Hire help for your office. Hire help for your house. You know, incorporate people to help you so you could spend time with people. It's people time. Okay, so this Friday, we are doing the Let's Go Shopping on Facebook. I'm going to stream into the Facebook party group. Let's Go Shopping. And I'm looking for consultants to actually who have the book and learn about the product, even have the product maybe at hand, but so you can hold it up. But you have to get on Zoom because we're going to zoom in, and I want you to talk about one of the products that's listed on this sheet. 1 or 2, maybe 3. I don't want to do them all myself, but if I have to, I will. But I'm looking for consultants to step up and do that. But you have to get on the Zoom and be on camera while you're speaking about the product.
When
Not
did you
off.
say?
This is Friday night at 7 o'clock. We're doing the Let's Go Shopping in the party group. And so I'm looking for consultants to step up and help out with talking about the products as we play this game. But you have to be on camera when you're talking about the products, because people want to see who they're talking to, who's telling them about the product. So you have to be on camera when you're talking about the products. So I'm looking for people to do that. And I know there's people watching on Facebook. So if you could just comment that you want to be in to help on Friday, that would be great. Or text me, send me a DM, do something to help me on Friday. If not, I'll do it myself. And I'll do the party with the party group, with the customers. I'm trying to enroll your customers in grabbing their book and walking through the shopping. And I will actually, the customers who comment in the group, I'll have to go back and look at the comments, but the customers who comment in the party group, they'll go into a drawing. I'll give away some product, whether it's a lip balm or a hand cream or liquid eyeshadow, something. I'll give away something for the customers who comment. So I'm trying to get your customers involved in playing this game and learning about the products. So they'll purchase the products. They'll purchase more of the products. So if you're a consultant that wants to do that, that's great. Just let me know. I'm, you know, like I said, you have to go on camera because your customers in the Facebook party group want to see who's talking. That's how they connect with the product, is you're holding it up and you're talking about it. So if you've got the products that you can hold up and talk about, let me know. Okay. I think that's it. I'm doing makeovers on Saturday at 11. Right here, I have 11 o'clock, maybe a 1 o'clock scheduled. Not sure yet, but I am doing 11 o'clock makeovers with the new products. Month end is coming. Activity statuses went out. And I think some activity status notices are going out on Friday from my office. Got the email this morning about what's getting ready to roll out. And from what I gather, you guys will get the information in early October. And you're going to start learning about it. They'll have it go live on Mary Kay In Touch, so you can learn the process of what's going to roll out and how it's going to affect your business and the perks. It's going to be better, all around better, all around better. Better for your customers, better shopping experience. Everything's going to be better. But it might not implement until actually later this year, like later in December but they want to prepare you now because it's going to take a process to get you set up to learn about what's going to happen as all this rolls out. And it has to do with websites. It has to do with everything. The websites are getting a makeover, so to speak. That's what I want to say. The websites are getting a makeover. So it's all going to roll out, but they're going to actually let you guys know. And I already have, I watched the video today as the tools that they're rolling out for us, so we can best prepare you guys when you hear the information next month. So just be prepared. If you're not prepared to have more customers, I don't know, but I'd be prepared. I would want more customers. So obviously you want more customers so you can be in the top 3 in the quarter sales, right? Right. So be prepared. You'll get an email next month from the company. And I highly encourage you that when they send you the email with I forget what they called it. What did they call it? What did they call it? Because I got it first thing this morning. I thought I was so excited that I got it. The resources will be available. Oh, they're going to have a platform on InTouch, a Connect hub for you to be able to click and learn about the things that are coming out. So not products, it's your business, not the products. New products, guess what? New products are coming out. I get them next month. I get my new kit, my Buzz kit will come next month. I'm excited about those products that are coming out. But you guys will not be able to order them until November. And I've got to get my preferred customer. We have just, what day? We got a week to get your PCP list in. I haven't even checked to see who's done their PCP. I'm working on mine. I think I enrolled 251, 257 last quarter. I'm going to look to see some of them that I thought I didn't know I had them clicked because they didn't actually have an address. I showed you guys how I do it just so they get the email with the new book, right? I showed you that before. How you go in to my customers, you take the address out and just leave a phone number and an email address in, and then they can actually get an e-card with the new lookbook. That's how I do mine. So when I try to downsize my customer list, I leave the ones, some of them that haven't ordered in the last year or so, I just leave their email in there and they get an e-card. Well, obviously I messed up. I have like 3 that actually one must have, I don't know where the book went, probably went in the trash can. 2 of them came back to me with no address. But so I have to re-evaluate my list and make sure I have everyone on there that I want to actually get a book. I've got to do that list a little bit different. I've got to take out the whole address. These just had Bakersfield, California and a zip code. And they won't mail it to that because there's no street address. So I have to go in and wipe out that part of it too. So they just get an e-card with that information with the new book. So anyway, okay. Okay, so anybody wants to do Friday, please let me know. If you're going to bring people for makeovers on Saturday, let me know. And I think that's it. I am not doing Thursday night Korean glass skin. We're doing this on Friday. You know, we had more views Friday night than we have on Thursdays. So I shifted it to a Friday night. And we'll see how that works. And besides that, right now we're in volleyball season. I have games on Thursday nights. So I can't do Thursday nights. So I shifted it to Friday right now in the season in my life. So hope that works with you. Let me know if you guys are available or not. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.